Oh my goodness. It has been an interesting weekend. It's been an interesting month, actually. It's a lot to unpack, both figuratively and literally. We're gonna do some maintenance and clean some stuff up, and we're gonna chat. I just got back from C2E2. It was, for lack of a better term, absolutely amazing. So we were there all 3 days promoting Joliet Public Library's Star Wars Day. I help run the parade in that. Kim helps with the costumers. We all kind of do a bunch of stuff. No one person runs that event. That event is just absolutely huge. Last year we had about, I think, 250 costumers. And I think it was 15 to 17,000 people in attendance for a one-day library card event. It's huge, and it is amazing, and I absolutely love doing it. And when they asked if we would help run the booth, there wasn't even a moment's hesitation in that one. Get to be at my favorite convention, not be beholden to any of my groups except for the public library. Yeah, that was a no-brainer. Lightsabers. I'm done bringing stuff in, so I don't need to worry about knocking into you. Day after con is always hectic. Speaking of the public library booth, I got to set up the Amidala I made for a friend. It's the ladybug dress with all the ladybugs in the bottom that light up. It's the red one with the hood and the big floral. I love that dress. And it turned out spectacular. I don't get to see it that often because the person who it was made for is no longer in our circle of friends. So sadly, that dress doesn't get to make it out very often. So when I asked Ted if I could borrow it and put it on display, and he said yes, I was super, super excited. It did help me realize that my guy here is way frazzled and needs to have a lot of work done on him to make him usable again. I've been getting by fighting with this mannequin and fighting with this mannequin. There's no need. We're going to fix him soon. Not today. That ain't happening today. He wobbles a bit now. It was a rough convention for all of us. But it was an amazing convention. I had a fantastic time. Suppose we start at the beginning of the month. I went down to Austin, Texas to hang out with the guys from the Modern Rogue for the Founders Day picnic, which happened to coincide with the Eclipse. It was a 2-day drive. It was really long. It was me, Kim, and Faith. We all get in the car and drive down to Austin, Texas from Chicago. The fun part of a convention when you pack everything and put everything away. That is where we are. So I get down there. So I get down to Austin, Texas, right? And of course, we can't just go to an event and be at the event. So Kim volunteers us to help clean up and prep everything and set things together. I mean, I've been doing this for a couple decades now with the 501st. And, yeah, so of course I can't just sit there and do nothing. So we're there hanging out, cleaning, moving logs and sticks and stuff. And Brian Brushwood shows up. And he just starts talking to everybody, right? He's a very flighty guy. He's also a very genuine guy and a very nice guy. And of the people I watch on YouTube that I've met in person, he was, at that point in time, my favorite. He was nice. He was joking around. I had a Legion shirt on. And he jokes, how long have you been in the Legion? You know, we have a whole conversation. Really nice guy. We had drinking at the end of the night. Well, they did. I didn't. I went to bed because I'm old and that's what I do. But that whole never meet your heroes thing, Brian was a fantastic guy, and I'm absolutely glad I got to meet him. Sat and chatted for a while. Like I said, he's a really nice guy. It was a fantastic event. There we go. We'll just make a new one. But Brian wasn't the only YouTuber I'd met down there. I met both of the people who run Punish Props, the Durans. They are, again, we're on a path just walking. We run into each other. We just start chatting. And some of the most nicest and genuine people I think I'd ever met. They were fantastic. And I would have loved to have sat and talked a little more with them. But, you know, at that point, I'm day 3 in Austin. My imposter syndrome was kicking in high. It took everything I could just to introduce myself. And then things happened. And, you know, I didn't have time to catch back up with them. And I would love to have sat and talked a little more with them. They seemed like really interesting people. Genuinely concerned about what I was talking about. That doesn't happen very often. So then we drove home, and they gave us 2 weeks to prep for C2E2. And Kim wanted to do a relatively large costume idea. She put her Dante together, Dante from Devil May Cry 5, and realized it was just a pair of boots, a pair of motorcycle pants, a white button-down shirt, and a red jacket. Even with the white hat, it didn't really look like a costume to her. So she got super self-conscious about it and decided that we are all going to be doing Dante's. When I say she decided, it wasn't like a, this is what you're doing. She asked, and we absolutely went yes. Then that weekend, my bathroom decided to stop working, kind of. So Kim went to fill up a bucket for water, turned on the bathtub, and just filled up a bucket and went to turn it off, and it did not want to stop. It just kept flowing. So I had to come home, shut the water off to the bathroom completely, and that weekend we completely ripped everything out where the tub was, because we didn't like the tub anyway. We planned on next year redoing that bathroom, because it's our only bathroom. But if we were already down and it was a Friday, I mean, what else you gonna do? I mean, it does look nice, don't get me wrong. I'm very happy with how it turned out. It just, I wasn't expecting to have to do a bunch of plumbing, you know, the weekend before C2E2. So suffice to say, that weekend was a wash. I didn't get any costuming done. But I got a brand new bathroom in, so, you know, 6 of 1, right? But that, of course, meant that the next week was just absolutely blitzkrieg on sewing and getting I had holsters to make. And, of course, my infinite wisdom, I decided to completely change the orientation of the ebony and ivories we've been using and print them different so it's easier to finish, which it was easier to finish. Just wasn't expecting it. So we had to print, and oh my goodness, con crunch. It was legitimately a con crunch. And then C2E2 happened. I took Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. Just today's Monday, by the way. To give you a idea of where we're at. Hence the super harsh, raspy voice. Friday rolls around. We drive up C2E2, bright and early. I think we got there at 8:30. Just a remarkably early time. Couldn't check into the hotel room until 4 anyway, but you know, we got good parking. So we set up the booth. I'm going over to grab the dress from the 501st changing room, and I stop and I look. We've got this big black action figure box. We can't call it a Black Series box anymore because LFL got a little touchy with that. We can call it the Midwest Garrison box. That's what we did. I stop and I look, and Kim's next to me, and I'm like, hey, that's Emily the Engineer. I don't know if you know Emily the Engineer, but you should. She's one of the high energy YouTubers I watch. I really enjoy her content. It always lifts my spirits and makes me happy to see what she's doing. She's there. We all have like a good 5-10 minute conversation. Her, I'm assuming, significant other was there. Took a bunch of pictures. Because Kim and I were in our Jedi. And they transferred information, and Kim didn't have glasses, so she put her number in wrong. Not a big deal. Nothing. But yeah, it was super neat. It was a great way to start the con. I'm like, awesome. So I go and I grab the dress and we set everything up. Why are you out? Because, This is how tools get lost. This is an individual piece that wasn't put with the rest of the kit. All leather work and stuff. I'm gonna need room. I gotta set some stuff. So I get the dress set up, and it's spectacular. I don't know. I just hadn't seen it in a while, but it looks fantastic. It always does. It's a great dress, and it came out way better than my skill level. Modesty. And while I was there, setting everything up, I see Rachel Maskey. Is that how? I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but her YouTube channel is also spectacular, and one of the people I follow on a regular basis. I like where she's at her journey, and I like watching people progress. And she's gonna do spectacular things. She already has. I mean, as far as YouTubers go in the costuming circle, she's upper echelon. She's fantastic, and she's walking by. Well, I made a zinc, one of these. Right here, my Jedi symbol for her. When I found out she was going to be there, I'm like, we'll cast it that and try and convince her to make a Jedi, because I think she would make a spectacular Jedi. But she's walking around with her friend, and I stop her and I introduce myself and I give her the thing I made her. And she comes over and starts talking about the dress. Mentions the fact that it's high on her list of dream costumes. I've seen her skill level. I know exactly where she is and exactly what she is and isn't capable of, and 100% I think she can do that dress. It's a time-consuming dress. It's tedious, but it's not difficult, and I absolutely think she can do it. If I can pull it off, she can pull it off. But we got into conversations about sand casting and just pretty much everything. Again, great person. She sat and talked with us for like half an hour, and then Kim started talking. It turned out to be like more for like 45 minutes. But just in the middle of the con, just talking. To devote or to spend that much time just with a costumer who's just, chatting with you. Everyone I've met from YouTube this month have been 100% genuine people. It's not often you get to say that. When you're at a convention, you have limited space. You put as many costumes in a single bin as possible, which is where we're at now. I'm just pulling all the stuff out from my Jedi, because my Jedi was in it, Kim's Jedi was in it, and Kim's pilot was in it. I still love Kim's Jedi. Could also be the person in it, but you know, it will be nice to have my own bin back. So I had, okay. Little channel shop talk. We can put channel update in the title. There are two levels of YouTube partnership. The first level is for longer content creators, which is me. I don't do shorts. I throw a couple of them here and there, but it's not part of what I do. So for a longer term content creator, or long form content creator, you need 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours to become a. Always check the pockets, Perry. Always check the pockets. So to become a full-time or a full level partner, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I got the subscriber count. That's easy. We're at like 1.3 thousand or 1.2, somewhere around there. Kim was like, "Hey, there's a K after your number now." It's pretty neat. Yeah, it's stupid. But I have been fighting with watch hours, and I had been at 2,990 something for like 2 weeks. Right, I'd flip up to 8, then 5, then 7, then 6, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. The day after I met all these amazing people, I woke up, checked my analytics. Well, I didn't really check my Facebook memories and all this, and then I went to check my analytics, and instead of giving me how many hours I need, there was a submit for partnership button. That was kind of neat. Okay, it wasn't kind of neat. I'm already still just tearing up over it. It is the first level. I still need about 1,000 more watch hours before I can become a full-time partner. But I say full-time. That's not the word I mean. I don't know what it is. So I clicked that button and was kind of in a daze for a while. It's weird, right? Because it's been I feel like Inigo killed Count Rugen. I don't know what the hell to do with my life. We're gonna move on to the next goal. Right now, I'm savoring the one I just got, and it's exciting and terrifying and neat. And really doesn't change a thing. There's going to be no difference in what I'm doing, except I won't have to You wake up every morning. I woke up every morning. I do my thing. And then I check my analytics. And I'd see that number. I have to go push the little thing and see that number. And watch how it didn't change. When it was just subscribers, it's just subscribers, right? I'm like, neat, whatever. Don't really pay much attention about it. But that number made me focus a little more. And if you want to ruin your day, nothing does it faster than watching watch hours just fade back and forth. Oh, it was frustrating. And now for the next couple of months, I can completely ignore it and just go back to what I'm doing and enjoy what I'm doing again. Analytics are the worst. All of my bins are clearly labeled. They're color-coded. They have these metal things on them, so I know. And Kim's a little more free-flowing with her costumes than I am, so I never know which bin I'm supposed to look in. She goes, "No, that's mine, that's mine." I can tell by the stickers. I'm not that good. Orange pilots. Corsac pilots. So all in all, I had an absolutely spectacular weekend. Sunday night we leave. I'm a celiac. I can't do gluten. So I have to be real careful what I do and don't eat. And conventions are the worst. I think I survived almost solely on... there was a bar at the Hyatt that served gluten-free spicy chicken nachos. Huge portions. I get it every year. And it's dinner and breakfast. Or dinner and lunch. You know. That's just what I eat because I know it's safe. So I've been on that and granola bars all day, all weekend. If I'd had just a little more time to plan, I would say that I would do something different, but I didn't because I do it every year. Perfect. So on the way home, we stopped by Red Robin in Oak Park. That used to be my route, so I was familiar with the area, and we had to bypass because there was something going on the expressway that I didn't want to be involved in, and so I'm taking the back roads through my old route, so I know all the back roads, and I'm in a turn lane. I'm like, oh, I know exactly where I am. I know what I'm doing. And we pull into Red Robin for dinner. It's like 7 o'clock. And oh my goodness, I love Red Robin. They are fantastic. So we have a sit-down dinner after an amazing convention. So it can take up to a month for YouTube to approve a membership. So I wasn't really worried about that. I went through the first part pretty easy, and then it has to be held for review. And that can take up to a month. Great dinner. We get home. I get to sleep in my own bed with my own pillows and a blanket and my fan. My Amazon listening device is playing me thunderstorm sounds. It was a great weekend. I wake up this morning to find out, well, I'll show you. That was very neat. Unexpected this morning. I'm doing an event in New Albany. Dr. David West Reynolds' Journey to Becoming a Hero exhibit is going on down there. He's partnering with the New Albany Cultural Center. It's going to be a fantastic event. But we had patches that he and I designed, and they're supposed to arrive today too. Today's just been a great day. The whole weekend has been a great day. I didn't have a video because obvious reasons, but other than that, I mean, I know we were supposed to work on the Mando, but you know, this is where we're at. I'm excited about the updates to my channel. And I'm excited about those updates way more than I'm excited to work on The Mandalorian. But just because I love how this guy's turning out. I mean, come on. What isn't there to love? Look at this guy. He is spectacular. I may do something with this. I don't know. I may leave it. I kind of like it. That's where we are. Come here. I have been accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. Which doesn't change anything for anybody here, but it means I can stop looking at analytics as much. And the biggest thing for me with that is unless you're part of the Partner Program, there's no way to get a hold of anybody at YouTube. They just kind of look at you and like, yeah, right, whatever. Because I can easily see someone starting a channel and it's constantly spamming them about questions. I get that. I'm probably going to do the same thing, but I have more pointed questions because I know exactly what I've been doing now. So the ability to ask, hey, why am I being shown to these people instead of the people who I think would like my content? And what can I do to fix that is the most important thing to me. That's what I care about. So it's very interesting, and it's going to be interesting times. Right now, I'm relaxing from getting back from my convention. Everything should go back to normal next week. We're going to pick right back up with the gauntlets. And if you're interested to see where that goes, thinking about liking and subscribing. Thanks for making it to the end. I appreciate that. If I met you this weekend, leave me a comment. Let me know who you are and where I met you. That'd be neat. I'd like to follow up with a couple of you. I know I've seen some amazing costumes this past weekend, and there are a couple people that I've got a couple projects I'd really like to do. There was one guy, right? He must have been every bit of 6 foot. Just this Battleship Yamato, right? Those of you who are unaware, the Battleship Yamato is part of the Legionverse, which is where Harlock comes from. So all of that has a huge place in my heart. You may know it as Star Blazers, I believe is what it was called in the U.S. But the Space Battleship Yamato was it was a great show. And he's in the full getup, and he's got this thing on PVC rollers, and this thing is just immense. And shooting out music, and we were talking about stuff, and he's like, I'd love to get a belt buckle. And I looked it up. Super easy to do. It's just brass, so, you know. I don't know if I'm doing a Battleship Yamato project, but I might do the buckle for him. So if you're that kid, comment below. Let me know. We'll hook up. We'll make something happen. Everybody else, just be cool. Have a good day. And I'll see you next time.